fighting games. I spit fire, igniting flames. How you like that? There's defense mode, switching to attack mode, and why is it that fighting games out of all the genres seem like the least evolved out of everything? Out of all the other genres. I mean, even platforming games seem to evolve thanks to Mario, and there's always revolutionary 2D freaking platformers coming in the indie scene. And sure, Yooka-Laylee show you that you can make a crappy 3D platformer, but then we have remakes like Spyro and Crash showing you how it's done right. And hopefully, new game versions of those games can show us that shit, it could be done right. And it's been done right before, back when platforming games were still the shit. But platforming games evolved during the 2D to 3D era. Shooting games evolved, like in the 007 GoldenEye, from Doom to Gold 007 GoldenEye to fucking Halo, and then Call of Duty and Gears. All the games that came out in the 7th generation that really revolutionized the shooting games by making it that, hey, online, more online based. And you look at other genres like, I guess the racing game genre didn't evolve that much, but yeah, racing game's another one. They didn't really evolve too much, did it? Like, when they get look at Mario Kart, same shit over and over. But anyway, the problem is fighting games used to be one of my favorite genres, but not my absolute favorite genre. And some of the games you're gonna see on the video right now are some of my favorites, like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. I'm showing you the old versions of those games because hey, that's when they were my favorites. But I still love the new version, Street Fighter 4, revamped the Street Fighter series, Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe, revamped the Mortal Kombat series after Armageddon was supposed to be the last game. Then you have games like Killer Instinct, that was cool. And two of my favorite fighting games of all time, Power Stone and Bloody War. Two of my favorite fighting games ever came out, but those games don't exist no more, do they? They're like dead now. And Rival Schools, remember that game? But you know my problem with there's a lack of evolution. A lack of evolution with fighting games. Because when the 2D moved into the 3D era, there had to be a big fucking jump. You know, for Super Mario World to Mario 64 was a big jump. Link's Awakening, whatever Link Zelda game came out for the Super Nintendo. I'm pretty sure there's a name for it, but I don't care. But the Ocarina of Time, there was a huge jump. That's an adventure game. Final Fantasy 6 to Final Fantasy 7 was a huge jump. That's RPG gaming. Shit, 60, the GoldenEye 007 showed us that, you know, it doesn't always have to be a Doom clone. The shooting games can fucking evolve in the right direction. That was how they evolved. Mario Kart 8 and whatever other... There's a couple good racing games in the 3D era. Remember, I can't really name some of them off the bat. Remember there was one on the 64. Was it called Streets of LA or some shit like that? There's a whole bunch of racing games that came out. Because racing games had to evolve from the 2D to 3D era. Because the 2D era, like, what could you really do with racing games? It was the 3D era that really ignited that shit. So even in racing games, you can say that evolved during the 3D era. Sports games, of course, evolved in the right direction in the 3D era as well. Especially the wrestling games, shit. And I'm trying to think of other genres. Platforming, of course, went into a much, wider direction too. And then you have games like Grand Theft Auto that really fucking went to the next level with the open world stuff. And we all know the open world will soon replace linear. Didn't we? But when fighting games made the jump from 2D to 3D, you know what changed? Not really anything. Look at the jump from Mortal Kombat 3 to Mortal Kombat 4. Or even Mortal Kombat 4 to Deadly Alliance. It's the same exact thing, except one has better graphics, but it's still pretty much left to right 2D fighting. I mean, that's the format of 2D to 3D. 2D is always left and right. We all know that about 2D games. And fighting games is no different, left to right. But then when fighting games were supposed to go to 3D, what happened? They stayed 2D. They stayed left to right. Sure, some games like Tekken 3, made you that you could like circle around. But it's still pretty much the same thing as left to right fighting. Fighting games never really evolved. I mean, look at Smash Brothers, for God's sakes. You want to talk about not evolving? Smash Brothers de-evolved. Smash Brothers was evolving until they went to the Wii U era, and they're just like, hey, that story mode we have in Brawl to kind of make some, Smash Brothers feel like it's growing? Yeah, we decided to just fuck that. We're just gonna have straight up you playing with your faggot friend. And then when we went to, of course, the what we have now with Ultimate, it's pretty much with the Wii U version 2.0. Hey, just throw a whole bunch of the old characters from all the games and put in there like Mortal Kombat Armageddon, and that way we don't have to really put any effort into making a story mode. All right, let's go take a nap. Come on. You want to talk about lazy fucking pricks? Whoever the guy, whoever his Japanese name is, the guy who makes the fucking Smash Brothers games and the Kirby games are one of the laziest, worthless pieces of shit in the whole fucking gaming community. He never evolved Kirby properly. We never got a 3D Kirby game. It's the same 2D bullshit. Smash Bros. Is the same 2D bullshit. Can't evolve. Doesn't want to do any story mode related stuff like he did in Brawl. And he made Kid Icarus, which is one of the few non-Kirby, non-Smash Bros. Games he ever made in his fucking life. And he can't even make a sequel to that shit, even though people liked it. So he could just work on Smash Bros. For 5 years. So he could take 5 years to make all the characters go into one game? Fuck him. Lack of evolution in fighting games. Fighting games are supposed to evolve into 3D, like Dragon Ball Tenkaichi, or one of my favorite fighting games of all time, Power Stone, Power Stone actually put in an effort to evolve the fucking fighting game franchise, Making it that, instead of just left to right, it was an all open field where you had like a big open field for you to run around in. That was a step in the right direction. Why the fuck didn't the fighting game franchise follow in that direction? The only thing different the fighting game series does now that it did different 20 years ago was that it has a story mode now. That all started with Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe. Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe started the whole big story mode thing where you could play story mode for 2 to 3 hours, maybe 2.5 hours. Of like playing each character, one character you fight like 3 or 4 times, and then it connects to another character. You fight 3 or 4 fights, then it connects to another character, 3 or 4 fights, connect another character, 3 or 4 fights, connect another character, 3 or 4 fights, and make a song out of it. And then now Tekken all of a sudden has a story mode that's kind of similar to that, and Street Fighter has a story mode that's kind of similar to that. It's like, oh yeah, everyone's following Mortal Kombat's formula. And I'm proud of Mortal Kombat. For Mortal Kombat is my favorite fighting game franchise of all time. I love it more than Tekken, love it more than Street Fighter. But like, besides the story mode thing, what have they done to evolve? It's the same shit. Like maybe Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse kind of goes in the right direction where actually like you're in a big open field and all that stuff. Even though it can kind of be clunky at times, but it was just like people are more excited about freaking Dragon Ball Z Fighters, which is a freaking Marvel vs. Capcom-esque 2D left to right fighting game. People are more excited about that bullshit. That fucking Xenoverse that actually tries to, put a budget into the fucking game. But people are fucking jacking off and whipping out their dicks over a fucking shitty-ass 2D fucking cartoon Dragon Ball Z game. Ridiculous. Then I wonder why the fighting game franchise can't evolve, or why the fighting game franchise ain't as popular as it used to be. I wonder why. Maybe it's because of the same exact shit you've been playing for the past 20 fucking years. Left and right. Round 1, fight! And then you fight until the bar goes all the way down to 0. You win. Round 2, fight! Bring his life down to fucking either green to red or whatever the fuck. You win. Fight the next guy. Do the same exact shit you did in the last fight, except with a different character with slightly different moves. Fight! Even a game like ARMS on the Switch, no story mode. You'd think at least all the fighting games would at least try to evolve into the story mode direction since Mortal Kombat started that. But no, Nintendo thinks they're special. They think they're exempt from putting story modes in the fighting games. Maybe they're half retarded. I don't know. My Mario Kart 8 doesn't have a story mode, but it probably should. But then again, they don't have to, so why bother? Especially when a whole bunch of idiots are going to make Mario Kart 8 Deluxe a fucking Wii U port, the best-selling game on the Switch. What the fuck is it about Mario Kart 8 that people love so goddamn much that it outsells everything? I mean, seriously, even outsold the 2D Mario games on the Wii. I freaking really don't get it. I mean, I love Mario Kart, but holy shit. And even, like I said with ARMS, no story mode. I love the game. It actually is one of the few fighting games that's going in the right direction. Hey, enough with the 3D, 2D... No, I didn't say 2D. I meant 2D. No, enough for the fucking left to right 2D boring ass formula that makes you want to fucking take a nap. I'm talking about fucking ARMS are one of the best fighting games out there, and it hasn't sold enough. I think it sold around 2 million. That's not enough. That game was very innovative. From the Mario Kart people, nonetheless. The people I just shitted on a few minutes ago. Well, 30 seconds ago, but still. Freaking Arms is great. The only problem with Arms is no story mode. You play the whole thing, it's a very challenging game, but then you get towards the end and they just show you a picture of the guy, a picture of a guy at the end of the character you won with, and that was it. It was like, you couldn't add a story mode to this game? I really love this game. Arms is one of my favorite fighting games that ever came out. It's fun as hell. You can play it like it's Wii Boxing, which is shit. I wanted a Wii Boxing-esque game since Wii Boxing came out. But as a freaking game like that where you can use the motion controls or you can use a normal controller, I love that fucking game. But you know why I don't play it much? Because there's no story mode. The only thing left to do is just play online with some people or to get some friends. You know how hard it is to get some friends? What the fuck do I do? I'm a grown-ass man. Do I walk across the street and start showing people my Switch? Lowering down my value of getting pussy? Anyway. Yo, man, I'm just saying. Fighting games need to evolve. Arms is going in the right direction, but goddamn it, no story mode. Other games have a great story mode, but they're in the wrong direction because they're still the 2D, left to right, bull, mother knuffing, mother snuffing, motherfucking shit. Man. Fighting games, man. I still love fighting games. You're never convinced you're not to love them. I got Street Fighter 5, even though I barely play that shit. No one to play it with. Mortal Kombat. I have Mortal Kombat 10, one of my favorite fighting games I played. 11 is coming out, and you know I'm going to get that shit. I have no one to play these games with, but I love them. But goddamn it, they need to evolve. Was the reason I'm not playing Arms right now. And Arms is fucking great. It's terrific. It's new. It's innovative. It needs a story mode. And although fighting game genre needs to go into that direction. But if Arms doesn't sell 10 million copies off the bat, it's not going to happen. So what do? We had to put their feet to the fire, man. We got to put the fighting games accountable, man. I want fighting games to grow and still be popular, man. I want them to fade into the darkness. And I just want them to fucking evolve. I want another Power Stone. That's what I'm trying to say. I want Power Stone 2. How about that, huh? God damn it. Bloody War needs to come back too. This is attack mode, switching to defense mode. And I am out this mother. Holla at your brother. Utter.